Hello, beautiful souls. Hello, thank you. Hello. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in. Thank you for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. Welcome. I am Enchantress, the Babbler, here. I'm gonna pause this. Welcome. The transition which becomes the transformation is where the challenge to transform presents itself, right? It's like asking one to do what needs to be done. While believing at the same time that everything's gonna be fine, especially when roller coaster rides be life. And it's just like, and although this is another pocket of portal of opportunity that is presenting itself to all, and it's going to show up for each in varying degrees and ways. What challenge be your wave today? Write it down. You see, what is the lesson here, right? Needing to be learned and now applied, right? So it's like, aim the focus of your arrow at this now time, right? With this super strawberry full moon in Sagittarius, right? Influence that, be what it be. But a lot of the challenge in our conditioning is to apply the seeds that we need to breed in full alchemy during the time that we are experiencing like a test or a challenge or something that is rather daunting. Our past is haunting. Fear is stalking, right? And so although energies can be favorable at this time, transition be what creates the align. And so in our conditioned environment, especially if you're the only one, right, the dominating energies don't make your transition fun. It's like life on the run, but presence and present we must be in full alchemy. Conscious be the way, right? So you can't dismiss what's here in some kind of denial. No. Because when you know better, you do better, right? And so applications be the life. You are the light, right? And so aim the focus of your arrow, right? in our conditioned environment, it could be challenging to apply the optimism sublime that is from the divine to have you operate in such an alchemized despite what be life. I'm not going to operate off of strife, although others may not be nice or the world may not be exactly how I desire it or design it to be. But here I am, this breed of seed that is swinging this energy that is supportive of this opportunity that I have here, right? No barriers exist, right? Moving forward, I got this, right? Future's looking great. The energies here supportive of that kind of thing to make it clear. So we want to work with the energies that are here, understanding our layer, that we got layers. You want to be a player? Well, get to know your savior. Go in for your win, right? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win if you ain't right within, right? And so there might be blockages or appearances of such, or lingering debris of energies that just be too much, right? And so things may not be exactly how perfecto, you do know what I mean, right? Even if everything is serene, right? So like this is a time to further expand on your own lands and apply. Like, I don't know how much more I could strongly emphasize in every single video up until the one that I'm recording right now at this time, that I feel this, this unscripted, this is not scripted, like, you know what I'm saying, this free flow thing, and the message even too, as I sit here and let it penetrate within my own being, what I'm seeing is the revealing of the application that is so important to apply at this moment in time, no matter what the challenges are being. You are the one here for your own receiving. So what are you breeding? So it's like aim the focus of your arrow. Now, fuck yesterday. You're creating, you're bridging, you're seeding, you're breeding your tomorrow. So now I aim, right? I aim the focus of my arrow. What does that mean? You're just picking up an inanimate object and you're like, all right, I'm going to shoot the beam. What are you seeing? What are you shooting for? What is the aim? So it's aiming your focus. And it's so challenging sometimes too to stay in your focus of your dream alchemy too. Like, this is the opportunity to understand other grander aspects of influence, man, about the energies that stand and the meanings of such, and just understanding that and leading with that kind of motivational bunch of inspiration that is for your elevation, evolution, right? Understanding is like a super moon, bringing it, and like just on a super moon on a simplistic basis of just understanding it from the science would be like this full moon energy. The moon is closest, like 90% something closest to something. I don't know what. I'm not the astrologer here in that kind of department here, but like something like that in regards to just the proximity of how close it is to Earth, let's say, or some shit like that. I'm not too sure of the dynamics of that, but it's just that the amplification, over amplification of something being even closer, right? So it's like bam, 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 super moon, activate. All right, what is the moon activating? Oh, the strawberry moon design, but what does that mean at this time? So, getting into that kind of a line. All right, I am challenged at this time because every other mofo near me challenges me and trigger be the thing, or I'm still struggling, or I'm still lacking, or I'm looking at that, I'm perceiving the lack, like, and and you're starting to like nurture and compassion your way, right? Because you're understanding it from the galactic perspective that is universal wisdom that can be applied to your mathematical equations, that's going to give you the solution that is going to be helpful and beneficial to you. But it's like, what you gonna do? Are you gonna get into your due because it's overdue? And it's like, let go of that too, because when it's time, oh, we're not on this dime, but it's like a communist line. It's like a commercial be tactics and everything be all money fantastic and like, you know, whatever the case may be. But the truth of the matter, especially when Jupiter is at play, right? Because the full moon, the strawberry full moon, is in Sagittarius, right? So think of that, just the dynamics of the meaning of the sign, the centaur too, the wounded healer as well. But always with the optimism of this pure abundance mindset, right? A free spirit, right? So these energies, these representations of these energies, and then the ruling like of Jupiter, Grandpa Jupiter expands everything into what? So aim the focus of your arrow. Right, aim the focus of your arrow. Aim the focus of your arrow. So what does that mean? Aim the focus of your arrow. Are you clear on your aim? Do you know what you focus? What does your arrow represent? And where is its aim? Look at it like a game. People like to be entertained in every kind of way. What is the game of life for you, right? And it's a time in this celebratory energies at this time, because Sagittarius is about, right, that big being shining brightest and biggest, that big energy, like that dynamic quantum energy that is here to uplift humanity, right? With operating in wisdom, right? The philosophy, right? So it's an excellent time for manifestation, especially Jupiterian style, right? Grandpa Jupiter makes things go wow. So it's like, okay, aim the focus of your arrow, because whatever you aiming your focus on that is in the arrow, Jupiter's going to take that, whether it be good or bad, because Jupiter, it has nothing to do with that. It's about the expansion that it represents, right? This infinite expansion of opportunity to stretch, grow something even into more, to elevate, right? To evolutionize, to shoot that arrow, right? Make it mine. So what is it? Aim the focus of your arrow, but what is it going to be? It's like scripting your reality, right? Scripting is writing as if it's already yours, right? Scripting is knowing that it already is, right? Scripting is speaking as if it already is, and checking your language, right? So aim the focus of your arrow. So have these things in mind in this cosmic divine alignment at this time, because this is a time for progression in whatever state of being that you're aiming the focus on in your arrow. You know what I mean? So it's going to be different things for everybody, and where your focus is on what that is going to like be expected to grow, because Jupiter is here and that's all he knows. We'll make the shit grow, right? So manifesting from your heart space, your truth space, your soul space, your alignment space, your alchemy space, right? No barriers at this time. Jupiter, tell Jupiter there's a barrier. What barrier? That's Grandpa Jupiter. Okay, we're moving forward here. There is no barrier. There is no barrier. Future's looking great. Right? Jupiter Jubilee, Jolly, ideally. But you, the human over here on this land, using the energy to expand. What's it gonna be, man? Right? Even the tiniest of candles can light the darkest of rooms. That be you. Or do you want to go kaboom? Right? So, right, action, right? Taking action, being courageous. Ah, Jupiter! Where is it? I'm gonna turn this on. I think I like it better. You know what I mean? I like it. All right, so we're going a little bit dark here, but for sweet divine light, right? Using the energies that are here to help us align brightest, right? Biggest, successfully, abundantly, prosperously. Right? So it's like those with the guts So there shall be rewarded in every kind of way that they have been bold and risque to create that opportunity of atmosphere to come into play. And be like, oh, so you're calling a spade a spade? Yes, I activate that which is what I got guts to activate at this time. So I'm aiming the focus of my arrow and I'm shooting for what's mine, scripting myself alive. So what's it gonna be? In the focus of your arrow, what's it gonna be? I want to manifest in my alchemy. What's it gonna be? This clean slate, rocking my waves into further pages that I want to be a part of, that I like, that I want. What do you want? Stop complaining, because that's what you're creating. So like, let's say that's the dynamic of that. Somebody's fucking complaining all the time. What do you think Grandpa Jupiter's gonna come up in here and do up in your room? Magnify, increase, spread like a wildfire. Oh, you're gonna blame it on Grandpa Jupiter? You better go fix your vision. He came in full alignment with that which was his energy, his synergy, his responsibility, his accountability. What you put into that mixer of an elixir is for you. 1 + 1 equals how much? A subject for debate. But either way, right, it's a two-way street. It's like you got the product, you got the goods, right? You're putting it all together too. And you're working with this energy, whether you're conscious of it or not. So since you are here, you're conscious of it, so let's be clear. So this is your opportunity to grab the reins further, aim the focus of your arrow, and know what the fudge you are creating, and knowing that at this time, the energy is excellent for manifestation. Whether you believe in this kind of stuff or not, this is a supportive energy for you to create and appreciate, right? All that you have accomplished up until this part to be even this leveling of discipline in your own passions for development, self-fucking development. Nobody can do that for you. A lot of people like to fake alignment. That shit reveals itself real quick. All you have to do is, and not that you watch for it, because I don't watch for that, I don't wait for it, but people reveal themselves real quick how toxic they can be in terms of energy, and it's very clear. It's like your ears ring even louder. It's like, ooh, do you hear that destruction in that person? Right? So it's about, like, even like the sign of like Sagittarius. It's about being in your highest mind, right? Right? These dopamine levels of high-minded, happy-go-lucky, feeling great, right? Being optimistic, but while still setting intentions that you have without that leveling of disappointment, which goes back to even the other video that I was talking about, and that I was talking about this with the whole Saturn retrograde, right? If you are still feeling, if you are still experiencing disappointments in some kind of way, even though you're in your alignment, even though you're doing your thing, even though you understand divine right timing, and right? Yeah, it's like, all right, I get it, but still, I get it, but still, right? And even getting over that sense of like, you know what, still let that shit go too. It is what it is, and like even letting go of it, it is what it is, right? And just like really getting into your own space of truth, right? So it's so important too to find an outlet for all those disappointments, for all those things that we dismiss or brush under the carpet. Because that other video that I was talking about was no more allowing that complacency and disappointment in your sphere of energy, especially when you give all your all that is of value. So no more just acting like shit don't bother you. And it's not that everything gotta bother you either. It's just about being truthful and honest with yourself and how other fucking people make you feel. And not tolerating anything unreal that you don't deserve. And that's like that disappointment, lingering energy that it's not, oh my gosh, I it's because of who the person is. It could be a relative, a sibling, a fucking child. It could be a parent. It could be a best friend, or somebody that you don't want to disappoint. You think, but you have yet, or never, or have not. But you hold on to them for dear. Like, again, most likely you're an empath, my friend, and so that energy of extra holding on to them too, you see, might be their fucking energy lingering on like a fucking leech to you. That got you fucking holding on for dear life when you know this shit ain't fucking right. So you gotta think in that kind of alchemize, like, what is best for me at this time? Right? It's high-minded, happy-go-lucky. I'm gonna be optimistic and positive about this shit because of who I am and who I know myself to be. Right? And so getting into this reality of 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 of, of appreciation for who the fuck you are and what you represent. And anybody that's not willing to meet you up to par to your motherfucking standards cannot be allowed in your energy field, because it's depleting for real, and it fucking has you still experiencing fucking those hiccups along the way, that it be cock blocking your own energies to have reasons to celebrate, and it contributes to that melancholy kind of shit too, right? So being clear about all these energies that are here to for you to use as divine tools. Everything else is up to you. It gotta be the effort from you. It gotta be the action from you. It gotta be the willpower from you. That shit comes from you. Nobody can take that from you. They can make you think that. They can make you even fucking feel that shit. Especially if you're empathic, intuitive. Even intuitive don't have to be empathic, but sometimes your intuitive will get you into a feeling of like feeling a type of way because of your intuition, you say, and then you gotta work through your own psychosis of that to really understand where that's coming from and what kind of trigger is that too. But still, like, you know, all these energies that you allow because of your dumbing down of like it's just like tolerating somebody's unkind to you because most of the time they are. But meanwhile, you're noticing that I don't really, like, you make me feel like shit. But you don't say nothing to them because you don't want to hurt that person's feeling. And you know, and because you understand the person and you accept the person for what it is, for who they are, you know that this is just Leo. And there's nothing that you haven't said or applied or tried or whatever. So now you got to get into your leveling of the line. Do I need this in my life? Do I want this in my life? Yeah, I want this in my life. Why? Well, because I love this person. But why? But a person that you love, all right, granted. So you're gonna allow everybody in your life that you love that mistreats you. That's okay. That's what you want in every kind of way, or do you accept the person for who they are and realize that at this moment in time they can't meet you in the energy that you are, and you're just gonna, you know, disassociate or take back your power or see it from a different light where the next time you see them you don't feel like shit. Right? But it's getting rid of certain cycles, right? And aiming the focus of your arrow. I'm doing this for the healthy, wealthy, stealthy version of myself that I am contributing to willfully every single day, because I know the work that I put in is going to benefit me in every kind of way. And when it benefits me, it benefits the all. And I'm going to stay standing in my truth in that. Right? My foot fell asleep. I fell asleep. Oh, 1 second, please. I woke up. And another aspect that I want to point out in astrology, again, like, don't quote me exactly on all the proper terminologies and all this kind of stuff or whatever, but just get the gist of what the fuck I'm saying, is that Mars is aligning with Chiron, which is the wound healer, right? And think about Aries energy too, especially when it comes to wounds or emotions too. They're the first fire sign, so they have an evolution of emotion to get through in their alignment in their life, depending too on other signs that they have within their chart. So during this energy of time, it's also making us feel a little extra touchy, sensitive, and could be even explosive or dynamic or like snappy or snippy or quick to come to a conclusion without doing much, like, research, or not thinking logically, or like impulsively, like, you know what I'm saying. So and being very charged about it, right? So because like even if like if all of this is happening, I didn't check the Vedic astrology, but like if all of this is happening, that let's say we're in the sign of Taurus still, and this full moon is occurring in Scorpio as well, like you still have that charged kind of energy, right? I don't know where I'm going with this, but like it's just like, so right, so with the whole gist of the whole of everything that I'm saying is like, so with knowing that these energies too are all around, right, in support of you too, knowledge is going to be what helps you to gain the wisdom that you seek, but you must apply everything, so it's in the focus of your arrow, right? Right, and re-energize your focus and intention, right, during this challenging transitionary time that is geared towards your evolutionary transformation, that is life is sweet for me, right? These seeds I sow, this bridge I grow, right? Those with the guts, the gusto, right, to dare to be. This is an energy that is supportive of you shall be rewarded. Divine timing, patience, please. For do the act, right? This transformation, this transition, this transformation as we ripen, right? Our intuition too increases at that time because you're in alignment with your alchemy. What the hell you think is gonna be in your mental, right, space of alchemy? It's going to be truth, you see, clarity, right? That's extra good luck energy coming from this Jupiter too, right? There's energy of excitement about what you are creating intentionally because you're aiming the focus of your arrow intentionally, purposefully, right? And your future is bright, right? It's designed to brighten, pure abundantly, right? Free spirit is me, I believe, right? To be able to believe that which you are creating because you're in that alchemy. And if you're worried about what you're creating, then you need to check your alchemy. What's misaligned with me in my feeling department? And then people want to stay stuck in their emotions once they discover emotions or they address their emotions because they don't know how to get over their emotions and stuff like that. Need to find an outlet for their emotions of expression and allowing that expression to take place without denying yourself that saving grace you deserve. And that goes again with the like allowing certain kind of disappointments with even the people around you that may 80% of the time be good, but that 20% be, whoa, you don't make me feel good, right? Or like, and it's just not even about making you feel good, like it's just really like, right, right. So the two energies too, like when you think about it, we're in Gemini season, right? Air. And then you think about the full moon in fire, right? Air spreads, fire ablaze. That make sense? Hold on a second. Like the infusion of all these planetary aspects right here to offer you guided solution to the maze of life that is you and the discovery of that too. It's nice to appreciate all that you have acquired up until this now moment of consciousness and feeling woke, You know what I'm saying? And allowing these energies to really play. You got also Saturn retrograde, right? Coming up in here, disciplining it even more further. Maybe restrictive it might feel in that kind of energy that is also here with the Jupiterian kind of expansion. So it's like, you're collaborating with rulers, right? These planets are rulers. So they've mastered this ruling energy that they're sprinkling into the galaxy, right? That is now here. You're grabbing ingredients that you find the wisdom of their importance of how they match with you, right? Because scripting is you're creating that which you want, right? So then make it yours, right? So you're creating this is and up until this point thus far, right? So it's blooming, right? It's blossoming, right? Shooting your arrow, elevating this leveling of expansion for yourself and participating in that alchemy creation of ingredient in your own life. So there's a lot of friendlier vibes. So being friendly with yourself, right? It's an excellent time to manifest, right? So aim high in all this that you do, but with like the main like message too, like aim the focus of your arrow. So really understanding what that is for you and what you're using your time at this time that is, right? So right, there could be a challenge too in terms of maybe like maybe your emotions or your feelings or your energy doesn't match the energy that's happening right now, and that could be very much true. That could be like, I was sitting here and it took me a while to hit record. Now these things haven't been happening to me. Like typically, like I just get to the recording now, although in the past when I first started this, it used to take me sometimes over an hour before I hit record, but that was for different reasons other than where I'm at now, because I'm not in that same place anymore. But like knowing that I feel and I want to too, but like that there's like a resistance too because of how I feel, right? Like at that particular moment. But again, so it's now this is my application process. So I could have easily gave myself a break. No, you don't need to record today. Although I feel the guide, the feel, the want, the desire for real, because I always feel good after I do, right? And that is the truth. And as long as there was nothing like crises kind of moment or like something that was obviously I can't record, like something going on, then whatever. But it was none of that, and I have the opportunity to apply, and knowing and understanding that this too has been something, a balancing act for me in my own life, just of letting go of that, like it's an energy that dominates many people's feelings towards themselves, especially if we live in a world of visuals and the social media craze and everybody always looking everybody else's other way, and this comparative narrative that just plays out in the galactic universe that we share. Many people don't feel like they're good, or that they measure up to that which they think is a measurement to like add to compare themselves to, and to put themselves up against, or to believe themselves to be a failure in some kind of way. And then age and time and the clock is ticking in this, and by this age I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be having to struggle through this, or like what the fuck, like or time's running out, or thinking your time is past, or and not being proud of where you come, or comparing yourself with this and that. And that could be a narrative that can be like, one, depleting, misleading, hurtful, deadly, poisonous, venomous. and to understand it from even an intellectual perspective of heightened consciousness and awareness, to know that that's an energy that has been sowed into our conditioned environment, so that just over cycles of time, no matter the origin of how it came into light, it has been passed on for cycles and cycles and cycles of time. And so even before you even get a chance to even decide if that's how you want to relate or be or see, you didn't have any option in that department, because from the moment you came out the womb, everything has been spoon fed to you about what this is and that is and that and that and that. And that's just the way. And that's just the way love goes. The story goes. That's just the way the story goes. Hey, that's just the way the story goes. And so you're different. Fuck yeah, especially if you're here. You're fucking different. I love it, right? So, and everybody's in different spaces and places and on their journey. And I don't pretend to know where you are on yours. This is as general as I can possibly be, so eat the fucking manna, you know what I mean? But, like, here we are, a high-minded society, right? So, anyways, aim the fudge out of the focus of your fudging arrow. If that makes sense. Aim the focus of your arrow. And what's that gonna be? Because life is sweet. We clean the slate. We use this tool called scripting and write ourselves and create and manifest and align our thoughts with our feelings and our actions. And honest we are with our own inner reactions. We go introspections for reflections, and we're celebrating all the progress of this process of progression that is a discovery, a recovery, an alchemy so sweet. The winds of change. So let us be mindful that we might be extra sensitive in the present, right? In the present space of time, but we're activating with our abundance, with gratitude. That's going to be our leveling of alignment. And so we're going to get into that refinement. We're going to set these behaviors, these patterns, these tones, these energies, these vibrations, these frequencies, right? And we know that we're up against a strong current that is opposite of that which we do. And so we have our arsenal of fireproof ways and tactics and practices that we are implementing, we are applying in our everyday today the best that we can, understanding and having compassion for ourselves, that we are doing so much at this time. And so all the effort that I give, if I realize that I don't feel like I'm giving enough, then I need to be a little bit more tough and see where it is that I do slack or feel. Let me be honest with myself for real, and then get with my deal so that I can heal, right? But I gotta go through the feels, right? This freedom, this leap, right? This Uranus opportunities, right? So even just to like something out of the blue, right? And these energies too, like in Jupiterian waters, this expansion, this is like leaving things open for an element of surprise, for opportunities to come into our life the moment we give it a real try, right? It's like, okay, I'm not going to deny myself here, right? Present in gratitude, this self-care energy, right? That's revealing this growth, right? Summertime hope, right? So we're here and we're taking a chance on ourselves, right? I'm aiming the focus of my arrow and I know what it is, right? And this masculine energy too. So in this masculine energy, that's yang style energy, right? That's active energy. That's transformational energy, right? That's an act. That is a do. That is taking action. That is making a move, right? So in your divine masculine too, because it's outside of your yang. So it's getting in touch with the yin, right? Right? So, right? Earth too, grounding ourselves here on earth. So this is a great opportunity to fix your life, to aim the focus of your arrow and really give yourself the opportunity to really expand and really be successful and find out your own truth and what it is that you're truly here to manifest, and not being so overly general with your health, wealth, and stuff. Be a little bit more motherfucking specific, like, oh, I just want good health and wealth and happiness. No, be a little bit more specific. Don't deny yourself what you really want, because you can't find the maturity level to really say what it is that you need to say. So you need to find your expression in that kind of way. What do you want in your everyday, but every day? And what is it that you're going to do to activate, to create that which is going to be made manifest if you just give it your all and give it your best, but don't deny yourself, put that shit to rest, right? Like that kind of shit, right? So that's pretty dope, right? I'm very happy and proud of all of you that are doing your due and getting into your truth and aligning this to and actually activating that power from your own empowerment, right? Mercury messages, travel, communication. So something coming in, present, right? Stay grateful, right? Divine right timing, mercurial energy. There's Gemini too, right? We're in the sign Gemini season type of energy, right? And this communication that we are growing on, working on, right? Mercury just went stationary. Wait, Mercury was retrograde and it just left out of retrograde, but we're still in its post shadow like period. So there are a lot of energies that are still like regrouping from the recalibrating, refreshing, right? Like wiping the slate clean. So it's the application process. You know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, everything you learned in Mercury retrograde period, right? Now comes the skill practice, the do, right, from the shadows aspect too, right, that dark night light too. So right, activating that, like not no longer hiding, right, having the courage, having this change, right, in your feminine energy. So it's like owning it and like even walking away or rising to your placement and state, right, making room for luck, right? And the stability here too, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energies, right? This earth-like energy, right? Ace-like energy, right? It's this tangible here energy here on earth, right? So I don't know what part of the world you are from or whatever the case may be, whatever nature is for you, go out and escape. Or if you're frightened in some kind of a way, sit in a public space of a place that can have you outside and just close your eyes and allow the divine to creep inside your hive and allow for the healing to take place inside your sacred space. Give yourself the opportunity to do something without thinking it has to be a certain type of way. Get out of your own way. You make the path that you are on, that is only for you. And if feelings are now something that you're starting to align with and getting into your truth, but you're still not at the position or want to have to share them with somebody too, then get an anonymous account or start writing in a journal. Start writing down that which you really feel. so that you can acknowledge yourself for real. Because the more that you hide that side, like, you have to develop an outlet of expression to express that kind of shadow side and set it free, because hidden it does not have to be. Understood, sure it does. And understanding comes a long way, and then the overstanding comes out to play, so that the solution can be made in your own alchemy and state, but it has to be activated, right? Transcendence, unity, right? These messages even coming in, like, so you might be experiencing certain heightened levels of intuition at this time, hearing things clearer, seeing things more, noticing stuff a lot more, other kind of energies, realms communicating with you in some kind of way, or just coming into a clear, claircognizant, clairvoyant kind of stage of a play, like, oh, I saw that today. Awesome. Right? Release, surrender, purge. For this transcendence, this unity. Establishing your own personal community, forming structure, a solid foundation, right? Control tactics. Getting into the sense of that control tactics. The fun part of BDSM, of that power play. The idealism of that kind of BDSM power play dynamic is to be able to come together with such trust and lust with a person in eager devotion that will never manipulate the situation, that we can play with our sensations and get into the evolution of our elevations by allowing this cosmic, bright, penetrating kind of seed to be able to build, to have fun, and create with someone, and trust that when we come together in this kind of devotion of emotion, feels like a love potion, but it's with understanding, overstanding, and respect for each one's personal space, right? These control tactics of feeling like you need to keep the peace or settle for less in any kind of way or thing, that you deplete yourself with these kind of control tactics in some kind of way, like you're getting out of your own way, forming the structure and the solid foundation too, realizing that you don't have to deny yourself too, right? Fate, detours, divine intervention during this forming the structure of your solid foundation, right? Right? So maybe even at this time, it's like a plague of your mind that you might be going through similar things that you see, but the dynamics of the person, place, or thing is completely different at this time, but yet something is familiar, but you know that it's not the same at this time, and it doesn't mean it has to have the same ending you see. So it's like your own purging of PTSD, so that you can get to the understanding of something without projecting it out and blaming, or just pointing at that which is making you have this nostalgia, this worry, this disappointment you see. Maybe the identification of the disappointment, you'll realize you can set that person free because it has nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? And then that's like a healing that gets to take place, because truth replaced the fear, which was false evidence appearing real. And sometimes, like, one of the wisest things we can ever grow to sow is when we realize that we're projecting on out, even if we're right about what we think we're about, is to learn what the lesson is all about and what it is that we need to see, because it's really not about that person. There's something more deep, right? So it's like an epiphany, breakthrough, right? Of understanding, overstanding, right? For your highest commanding, right? So no more avoiding any kind of stalemate energy either. So it's like pretending that there is no problem because you never addressed the problem. And so, like, this illusion of a delusion of a fake like facade gets played out in the energy, even though everything else can be great. So it's no longer avoiding the stalemate, right? As you're building and forming the structure of your solid foundation, transcendence and unity, like you can't ignore that which is dull or which isn't like working for you. And even if it has to do with contracts, career, commitments too, right? Like that might make you feel lack, right? Saturn's here, because like I see Saturn here, right? So in retrograde too. So it's helping you to go through that which is connected to you, that might be tied to you, even financially too. This could be a partnering, a business partnership, a workplace, or whatever, a boss, like, you know, or a transition or change or employment, having to do with some kind of employment or lack thereof employment in some kind of way, or steady job, some kind of thing. So it's like the avoidance of that stalemate of truth, of other things that you're going to have to address to get through, right? This karmic lesson for you. Saturn's here to, until death, tear us apart, right? To break down the false foundation of illusion that is in denial, that doesn't allow the person to grab a hold of that which is not working, but nobody's talking about it. It's like, no more avoiding that which is fucking quite apparent. And so look at karma, balance, justice. And that's what's going to be received. So let me release these things. Let me not go and continue to grow on some facade, some false ass motherfucking beliefs, right? With these limitations and fears, right? Because now there's a detour happening here. So even some kind of apology, forgiveness too, and all the things, right, that you need to do, but you need to trust in the divine right time. I didn't want to go into that energy of like romance or relationships at this time, because I'm not doing that right now. Right? So, right, these cycles, right? Because look at, so from the past, the lack, the suffering, and the conditioned behavioral patterns and conditionings that allowed for so long the cycle of that kind of lack and suffering to continuously be allowed in your own energy and atmosphere, because it was even, it was so, it's so conditioned into like, this is the way life is, that it was hard to detect of when you even do it, right? How do you heal in the environment that which made you sick? It's hard to see all the sick when you're sick and you're trying to heal from this. So it's like the same thing, right? So these cycles of completion that are happening for you, attracting, look at Mars energy, right? Hot too. So be mindful of that too, of the energies that are here that are creating this atmosphere of, look, air air spreads fire ablaze. So this attraction, Mars, hot, activate, is a fiery charge at this time. So mindful we should all be about what kind of hot, fiery energy are we going to be tapping into mentally, emotionally, physically, in our reality, because this reality that is our right now, we need to make room for our luck to continue to grow. And so supportive of that energy you want to be, no matter what's going on in the atmosphere, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is where you get to apply the lessons wise. Yes, what you thought was going to be that you're going to apply the lessons wise at an easy time, that doesn't make it a fucking easy. Like, no, it has to be applied during the challenging time, so that way it's mastering your alchemy. Mastering your alchemy, not down. Alchemy. Ancestral guides. You got this. Change, courage at this time that's happening, and that's removing any kind of lack-mindedness too, and fear that might have prevented you from moving forward, right? Because what are you holding on to? False evidence appearing real, right? Trust, right? Aim the focus of your arrow, right? Sorry. Okay, this transcendence, this unity. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, fire, ace, new, transpire, right? Fire, right? And so, lacking doubts. Even if you have to burn that shit out, write down all your lack-minded thoughts on a piece of paper, all your doubts on a piece of paper, all the things that make you worry on a piece of paper, and then burn the paper, right? Burn the paper, right? Fire, this ace energy, this potential energy, this fire, this wand, this passion, your passion, reigniting, like re-energizing your focus, like that's gonna come from having lack thereof focus or lack thereof inspiration or motivation, like to boost yourself up when everything else around can pull you down, right? This healing energy, profound too, this inner child wound healing that is, right, working at this time to bring you your fulfillment of wishes, right? But you got some decision to make about how you are going to be controlling and the tactics that you're going to use, right? And what kind of truth of expression is going to be what you do, that's going to be the renewal for you, that is the spark, that in what you do now, the summertime hotness, bow, right? What are we reaping in autumn, in harvest, right? So are you going to get on this? Are you going to use this time that is wonderful, right? And think about all the supportive energies that come from, like, even just the Sagittarius energy, or like Jupiter energy, Grandpa Jupiter, right? It's all charm, right? It's expansiveness, it's bold, it's courageous, right? Yeah, like it's right. On the external, this party on the external, that's going to be invigorating, right? So to be vulnerable, don't be so guarded. Be discerning, don't be guarded. And be vulnerable too, because you deserve that leveling of vulnerability to open up for you to be received, right? The chemistry and passion for real. Igniting, right? A family, home, and commitment too. Owning that too, if that's how you feel. And if you feel like you're not gonna experience this for real or something, and healing that for real with self-care energy at this time, right? Building for yourself and being excited about the future, divine, like really making room for luck to happen for you. And I don't believe in luck. I see why the door's closed then. You got to get through that too, because that's a blockage there for you. Don't be so closed off, guarded. Don't resist. You see what I'm saying? Don't resist. I can't do this. I can't, like, or it's just like, let's say you want to do something that goes against not so much your traditional work. Like, let's say you've been a blue collar worker, or like, I don't know, or I don't know these names. Or like what is it, corporate? Just something like that, right? And you know, and this is your image, this is your look, right? And here you have created this you know, stability for yourself, or some, you know, whatever, and way, but you have an artist side, or like something creative about you, or just even if it's not, or a humorous side, maybe you're a comedian. And if you were to come out and just start sharing stuff, maybe you've never, maybe you're in your like 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, you get what I mean? I'm just trying to share that maybe most of your life you never even came out that you would even be interested in something like this. And so here you are, like, you know, like you're holding on your fort, you're living your life, you're being authentic to yourself, and there's something like TikTok that you have yet to create that would showcase this humor of yours, because fear, false evidence appearing real, you are like the not getting past your own levelings of acceptance, right? Denial, that you're afraid of what others might say or think or do, and how they're gonna perceive you or look at you or talk about you, or you know what I mean, and all this kind of stuff, or whatever the case may be, right? And being vulnerable to those levelings of degrees. But this is the opportunity too that you can utilize of these energies too, the Jupiterian energy of this high-minded society of happy-go-lucky jubilee, that prosperity, abundance, you see, because we expand everything here, right? It's all about pure abundance, you hear, healing for real, joy for real, right? Passion for real, igniting these things for real, honoring our sensitivities, and really getting to the root of everything, so that way we accept all that is and be all that we want and desire to be in our full alchemy, right? And making this room for luck and prosperity and abundance to continue to flow free in our own multidimensional universe, because tapped in, turned on, tuned in, we are into this kind of seed that we sow in this breeding of alchemy that we're getting to know. And you know, sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable, sometimes we're not going to know what to do, but in our alchemy and in our truth, we can never be steered wrong. And acting in wisdom, especially when challenge be sometimes our song, then we can trust in this process, because you're not doing anything out of fucking pocket. Winds of change. Right? The swinging kind of energy. Releasing any kind of toxicity or bounds to behaviors, patterns, and ways of being and seeing, right? This awakening, right? Don't be closed off or resistant. Or it's just like someone like coming in here, like for those people that come in here and they don't really like me, but they be watching everything and all this kind of stuff, and they won't even say anything or act like they're here. They will never let me know for real what they be here, and they be like, hey, huh, and all this kind of stuff or whatever, right? Like being being close to the mana just because I'm the one saying it. Spirit gonna keep sending them here. So they release, right? Release the resistance, activating from your most highest of selves. Don't be so stubborn, right? Right? Releasing these toxicities, these bounds that binds them, bounds them, it hurts them, not me, right? So to see from such a like closed off energy, guarded, resistant, right? There'll be some of those energies up in here, right? That I'm gonna regret or have this repression and stuff like that. And I don't want to tap into those kind of energies either. But like, you know, right? They have freedom. They have the opportunity to take a leap of faith in a new way that will lead to their own freedom too, as with us all, right? Thoughts that are isolating, that'll keep you in fucking like a chokehold that doesn't serve you, right? So the decisions that one makes, they must make, right? Because like tapping into the feminine energy, the divine feminine energy, you got to get honest with how you feel about certain kind of things. That's going to be the deal. It's going to be the seal. That's going to be for real. And it's going to be what it creates for you, whether you like it or not too. So let's make what we like for ourselves, right? So that's getting into our yin. That's what's going to help. We're going to go in for our wins. How you going to win if you ain't right within? So like, you know, it's like getting in truth and not isolating yourself too with the thoughts that don't serve you. Why you gonna keep thinking about something that's gonna piss you off? Think about that behavior, that pattern, that cycling of constantly thinking about something that pisses you or hurts your feelings. Like, why the fuck do you keep on thinking about it? Subjecting yourself to it, right? Now we get into the control tactics of it. Like, what can I do about it? Let me get into my feelings. Why am I doing this to myself? Why do I feel this way? And why am I blaming somebody else for how I feel and what I'm doing for real and hurting myself? Actually, maybe somebody was the initial cause of something that triggered a pain or something, whatever, but the entertain of it, and you know, and granted it could be, anyways, I don't want to go into the stains of, oh, how can you say that insensitively about certain kind of other kind of degrees of certain kind of things. It's about getting into that healing energy. We can stay stuck there forever. What does that serve? May we all heal for real, right? Get into our divine feminine energy for real and honor our truth. So this could be something too. This could be like you have a crush on somebody, or you have somebody that just, you know, you're in the friend zone with somebody. And this can go so many different ways, right? Friend zone with somebody, but you're like in love with them secretly in some kind of way, or but you never say, right? This would be the ideal opportunity to activate, like getting your truth. Like, how does it feel about this person too? Now you got to be honest with you. So it's like just being like even like excessively so like honest, honest, like real with yourself, so that you can go to the next version of yourself in alchemy. No bullshit. You can lie to whoever you want, but please don't lie to yourself. Even look at growth, right? This summer. That summer, that fire, change, courage in every kind of way, that divine feminine energy that's gonna shake the room, shake the whole. Being assisted, right? Being assisted at this time. I am divinely led, I am divinely guided, I am divinely protected. No weapons formed against me shall ever motherfucking prosper. And the moment that I worry or think, I'm gonna blink, blink, and remind myself to fear false evidence appearing real. Let me get to the truth of this, you see. What has me in worry? Let me get into my truth of this reality so that I can check me, align with me, move forward, you see. Right? So I'm aiming the focus of my arrow, and that means I'm running this bitch. How you like me now? Right? Being optimistic too, celebrating gifts, abundance too, right? Assistance, right? For you. That's exciting. Assistance for real. So something too could be coming in, like, you know, whatever. Something too coming in regards to whatever kind of monetary too, job opportunity, some kind of creative project or something, or just inspiration. Like maybe you've been lacking inspiration, or things have been, maybe you haven't been doing like in not tending to the outlets of your creativity, because maybe life got in the way right now, and it's just like, okay, you know, whatever, the garden, like maybe even some gardening, some landscaping, but you're frequently going to company. If you wish to be benefited by it, hear much and say little, right? And then it says the leaf of clover here. You may be very fortunate indeed if you always discharge your duty with honor and integrity, right? So operating too honorably and with integrity. This is a very fortunate time. The leaf of clover, like there's blessings here from the divine, right? So, and if you wish to be benefited by it, hear much and say little, right? Hear much and say little, right? Until what you speaketh serveth the wholeth, healthily, wealthily, stealthily. And if not, right? Right. So excesses will certainly make you unhappy. Avoid them before while it is time. So avoid certain outcomes by aiming the focus of your arrow for real, right? Knowing what is going to make you unhappy, this is your opportunity to activate from your consciousness. I am present right now. Let me deal with this. Let me feel through this. Let me handle this. Let me, right? Let me get to the opportunity of this, the potential of this. Like, because I am armored, the heart. You meditate a project of marriage. If you consult reason, you abound with blessings, right? So, right, even in the heart space, like, so maybe in terms of love, like, stop saying that there's nobody for me, or am I ever gonna find somebody? That language has you in the position that got you speaking like that. Change it, shift it, understand it, understand it. Why are you saying that to yourself? And why are you feeling that way? And never mind what reality role has to play. How are you going to activate your energy so that you can serve your heart, you see? The value of D, that is you, right? Right. Be always on your guard. He who easily believes is easily deceived, right? And the collective energies too. So, right, so here we go. Happiness too, right? You are very happy, but love entirely swayed by passion will render you very unhappy, right? So getting into that which is going to serve you, love you. The rose. And that also reminds me too, because although we're in the strawberry full moon, it has other names that it has gone by too, right? In history, like, you know, like it's known as other names. Like I think one of them is like the honeymoon, and one of them is the rose moon, right? Like this too. You sport with fortune, but whatever the cards refuse, your good sense, your skill and learning will amp, ampli, will amply compensate. Apply. Okay, so you sport with fortune, with good fortune. Okay, but whatever the cards refuse, right? Saturn's here to teach that to you too. Saturn retrograding up in here in the Aquarian layer of energy of that, making your world a better place for you, right? So aiming the focus of your arrow to your truth so that you can create for the you exactly what you want too. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that in support of you? But you got to get in tune too with your energy, right? To really like infuse the wisdom that you need to build for you, breed for you, seed for you in honor of you. Not you, then who, if not now, then when, right? So, and in this energy too, you can have a lot of unexpected twists too. So let those twists be in the energy of that which you are creating for yourself, and not some worrisome unexpected twist to come into you like, fuck this. Not let it be, hi, yes, let's celebrate. Thanks for this. Some good news too. Thanks for the confirmation. Okay, it says the pedestrian depend upon receiving some good news. The loss you have sustained, you will recover likewise. That's what's up. Right? Right. So number one for the decent support, right? So like the green bush, the industrious, in whose number you are comprised, will never want for lucre and decent support, right? So nice. So like even the green bush, like industrious too, there's opportunity for you. Good news. Be always on your guard. He who easily believes is easily deceived, right? So also be mindful of those kind of things and the deceptive energies of like, you know, like the narcissistic tendencies, or people that just think that they can benefit from your energy and they just, you know, kiss ass or like pretend or are false upon themselves, like false prophets too, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like more of an ego boost of why they do what they do. And, you know, they may come after you or like try to play you or deny you or estrange you or make other people like think of you in a certain type of way, or like trying to navigate and control that in some kind of way. You know, it's just a reflection of them and the stains that pain them inside. And you may understand that at that time too, but just be mindful of their lives, right? And don't allow it just because you're the bigger person, or because you are the light, because you are the angel, because you are the fixer. You're not their fixer. You're here for you. Fuck what they do. You don't need to tolerate that too. Oh, they're nice to you all. Right? Respect, be truth. You better fucking be nice to me even though you fake. I'll take your fucking nice fake. over rudeness any day. Let's be nice. Cause I'm fucking kind. And I'm gonna treat you with the same fucking respect. So I gotta like trip over you for that, right? So it's like, So even that kind of detect. When you know that somebody's like shady towards your energy and the complacency of that. That's like from the other video that I was talking about. Like, you don't need to subject yourself to that anymore. Why would you? Why would you want that? For who? For what lie? Right? And so like getting into that energy of discernment, trusting your discernment, trusting it even if there's no proof of it. Trust it. And I'm not talking to the psychotics who are trusting their crazies. And I don't mean to say it like that because it's but you get to go from here, you know. Not you. Go ahead, get help, okay? To sort out so that you can make better sense of that which is distorted. Okay? Okay. I just had to put that out there. Disclaimer. Right? Right? So yeah, this too. Right? The woman, divine feminine energy. Right? Gratify your partiality to the fair sex, but never offend decency. Right? And it's also coming into that state of non-complacency, and it's like always be fair. You don't need to insult or make somebody feel bad out there, and even if you understand, like they wouldn't understand what you were trying to say or convey, you don't even need to waste your time in that leveling of explain, or you don't need to offend either. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not here to hurt you, I'm not here to offend you, I'm just here to see things for as they are, for what they are, for and how they work for me at this moment in time. And this does not work for me. It's not an offense to you. I wish it wouldn't be true, but you gotta go too, right? So, or you know, in that kind of way. But you don't need to offend anybody either. Kindness will get you a lot more integrity, filler-uppers within your own system of building good karma for your whole soul than being nasty, whatever. Name. In the happy marriage, which you are about to enter, avoid jealousy for the sake of your own peace of mind. This could be people that have insecurity issues too at different kind of times, and you can see it in your own lines, and how you start or activate a trigger from the heart. Like, so it's like you might have some insecurities about a certain trust that you don't know how to explain this. You may doubt the sincerity of someone's feelings towards you because you don't want to be love bombed due to your own like PTSD of experience, like, and too good to be true type of lack-minded conditioning and behavior and patterns too that have just been cemented and solidified, whether you're conscious of it or not. It's just a way of life. Like, it's, you know, so it creates this pessimistic kind of style, although optimistic you may be, right? And so you might do certain kind of things to test their affection or love for you in some kind of way. Avoid that, because that's toxic and building in every kind of way, and a person doesn't deserve for you to then traumatize them. You know what I mean? For the sake of your own peace of mind, because you need to like be in control of what you think. Being vulnerable for you at this time and being open to receiving that which you deserve is the testament for you to apply, knowing that you're not going to allow anything that is not right for you in your own life. So what are you worried about at this time? Right? So it's acting in wisdom too. and applying these tactics of truth that are creating what's better for you, you know? Right, so right, the cross. So right, so this ties in too, like with that sentiment of belief that you might have instilled in you that comes from your conditioning or life too. It's like, oh, there's no happily ever after. There's no fairy tale, or this chase dynamic, or believing in distorted toxicities of certain kind of heightened fantasies of romanticisms and all this kind of stuff, or thinking, life is tough and it's not going to happen for me, or any kind of degree of any kind of conditioning that may have been a part of your conditioning that contributes to the stagnation, the procrastination, or the deliberation, or the cock blocking sensations that come in and be like, well, I thought it was, but because it's like self-fulfilling prophecies, right? There's no misfortune, however severe, that does not produce some good. Hope, therefore, all will be for the best. And it's like this fake ass hope. It's like, I hope for the best, but plan for the worst. So then you don't hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Right? So aim the focus of your arrow while setting all your intentions, and opening yourself up for this transformation, right? And really allowing for yourself to be part of this appreciation for yourself at this time that requires your celebration and acknowledgement. These gifts from the universe that are here for you, assistance, right? Too, right? Putting aside all your limitations and fears that are just hells of the mind, right? And activating from your masculine divine by tapping into your feminine energy, these seeds that you breathe and put into the energy of the self-care energy that you are creating for yourself, right? And this growth that is happening here in regards to your fashions, your fears, right? And your passions, right? That you are, your fears that you're releasing and your passions that you're unleashing. Right? Trust. 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 Get out of your comfort zone, that south node conditioning, clinging energy that doesn't serve you at this time. Go look at your polar opposite sign and start creating the stability, harmony, flow for that balancing act of the polarities that you need to get to know, right? As you sow, right? This integration of union, right? You're going to address any disharmony and all triggers and any kind of conflict head on with compassion and respect, and with the knowing that with this attention to the details, because Saturn's here to help you to reflect and answer truth and authentic to you, to address these things too, so that you can wipe the slate clean and move forward positively, optimistically, in alignment with thee. But you got to put in the work, you see, to get the reward. You know what I mean? Right? Ridding yourselves of any and all toxicities and patterns, right? And opening yourself up to solution, right? It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Ooh! So that might be something too. Getting real naked with you. So yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, 2 air signs, right? This ace, this potential, this mental clarity, right? There's a storm, unexpected, right? And so it may challenge you to see, or so it's like what I said about this video, that it was hard. Like, I found myself taking forever to hit record, and the toxicity bound by that pattern, that was an issue for me before, I had to break through that door. And so I had to just push myself past, and I had to boost my self-confidence. I had to boost and re-energize my focus, and I had to aim the focus of my arrow and see what was going to be in alignment and truth with me. And so before you know it, even though I took my sweet ass time, I did hit record and I did go through, and my energy shifted, and now I'm here, and it's like, okay, my dear, and I gotta get me out of here. Like, it's like, okay, hold on, like, that's what's up. Self-worth and expectation, right? You're building that for your United Nations. And so yeah, so expect unexpected twists, and depending on your leveling of attention to the detail that's here to offer you such wonderful opportunity for real, if you want to focus on the negative, right, that's not going to be serving to you, then you can expect unexpected twists and turns that might not be what you want to see. Or even if you're doing everything too that's right, and then some kind of unexpected twist that's just not right, understand there's the opportunity to apply the tactics of wisdom that are being asked for you to script in your current life, because this too shall pass, and you will see, and it's all a matter of you building that which is going to be the breed of seed for you, right? Messages too. Start writing down your dreams and paying attention to the symbology of a lot of things, right? Numbers might send out all these kind of things, these enhancements of seeing, right? Alchemy, ancestor guides, right? Give yourself some isolation too at this time to allow yourself to connect with your guides, right? Leo, fire, Aries, Sagittarius, the ace, right? Air spreads, fire ablaze. Trust in this divine timing as you activate your purpose. North node, right? So you're working on releasing that which is in the south node, purging that you're clinging onto, and activating and going into your yin for your win, right? Activating it and moving, right? So look at this. You're moving from the clinging, the south node, the comfort zone, and moving into your north node purpose, right? So you know your south node and north node sign. That's important information that you can learn at this time. It's pretty interesting when you learn that too. You need to know your birth stuff too. They have free north node and south node astrological calculators that you can just Google anyone that you find and connect with at any time to find your north node and south node sign. It depends on the year you were born and the time of the south node, north node that it was in. And that's it. It's going to be different for everybody. Then you got the celebration. Celebration time, come on. It's time to rainbow after the storm, right? Yeah, rainbow after the storm, right? Final, right? This is the final full moon before the final full moon of spring, right? And Jupiter and Aries are trining. Jupiter is trining in Aries, right? So that too. So even though I was saying before, Mars is aligning with Chiron and the wounded healer, right? It's in Aries, right? Because I wrote that part down. I don't know where I wrote it. Anyways, but but so you have this boldness, this courage, this go get it kind of thing, right? This breakthrough energy, this epiphany, right? This integration, this union, right? So that's good. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. Maybe not too. Maybe some of you maybe haven't had any kind of like intimate relations or something, and maybe some kind of fiery sensation. So maybe that's just you popping off with you finally too, and just air spreading fire ablaze, and you just lighting up the stage, right? Activating your play. Twin flame. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for tuning in with this is, for our evolutionary high of a rise of alignment that is happening at this time. And I'm so thankful for all of you for tapping in, turning on, tuning in. And may you eat the fucking manna that's here for your evolutionary win. That's the type of spin, of breed, of seed that we alchemize and everything that we hear. So your kindness is welcome, because if you watched all the way through and you watch any kind of bit of too, or you even hear me saying this too, then you know, like helps my channel grow too in every kind of way. So I'm thankful in that kind of way for your participation. What? Nothing. You didn't come out in there. Just making sure. Okay. So right. So we're here. I'm here. Showing up. That's what's up. Never mind my why. Find your why in this alchemize. And then let's use your ingredients and that which ingredients you pick up and tune into. That's the stuff that's going to be in your alchemy too, right? Let that be more for your accomplishments for you, right? Because it's a good time to manifest too. So what are you creating for you, right? So what is your aim at this time? What is your focus at this time? What do you want to manifest at this time? How can you script that into your life? And how can you match that with your thoughts? And how can you match that with your words? And how can you match that with all that you fucking do so that the alchemy of you is everything authentic and true to that which you desire to inspire and create for yourself? Because that is the kind of process of progress that you are creating for yourself, because you are dope as fudge in every kind of way. And I appreciate the work that you do because it's evolutionary and it contributes to our evolution as a whole. And so unique and bold anomalies we are, like, you know, so yeah. Be mindful that although these is getting hot in here, we might also be sensitive as fuck. Okay? Be sensitive. And then get real truthful with yourself so that you can transmute that and keep it moving. Healthily, wealthily, stealthily. All right. So here's your opportunity to like this, right? Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell too. That's helpful for the algorithms here, you know, my dears. So, you know, whatever. Let's be clear. Thank you. Right. If you are new here, I hope that you love it here too. That's the step. And for those of you returning, hi, thank you so much. I love you. Also you can follow me on Instagram at Enchantress, ENCHANTRESS. That's me, the one and only. You can follow me on Twitter at Utopian Cupcake. You can follow me on TikTok at Utopian Cupcake, which is utopian.com. So for the I got so scared. Hold on. What was I saying? I want to read something that I just read that is kind of like, I just looked down and it was there, and so I just want to share that, even though, you know, I was saying goodbye. Self-love is more than basking in your light. Self-love is identifying where you fucked up, being accountable for it, and correcting it. I love that. So yeah, dope as fudge in that. So okay, so also witchyutopian.com. You can sign up there for free, and there's a lot of like wonderful free things there as well, along with products and services that you can purchase or see or check out our shop. You know what I mean? It's a mother and daughter online metaphysical shop that has different products and services for you to find your own interest in whichever it is that you want to do. Yeah, so that too. And then there's enchantingbabble.blogspot.com. That's also me, utopian.com. And then there's a master link that I will share. And in that master link, handle with care, because every single link that connects us together is there, available for you. Easy. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. You click that link and everything that you need is just go and join and be a part and say hi. And you do. Okay? Thank you so much. Peace out.